Okay, so let's dive into something that sounds super complicated, but is actually really relevant to everyone listening. Drug discovery. Like,
Huh?
how do scientists even come up with new medicines? And why does it seem to take forever?
You hit the nail on the head. The traditional way we discover drugs is kind of like a really long and expensive one.
Seriously, how expensive are we talking?
Okay, get this. It takes an average of 12 years and a mind-blowing $2.6 billion to bring just one new drug to market.
Whoa, that's like the budget of a Hollywood blockbuster. No wonder getting new treatments can feel like waiting for a sequel that never comes out.
And here's the real kicker. 90% of drugs that enter clinical trials, those tests on actual humans, they fail. They never even make it to FDA approval.
90%. So it's basically a lottery ticket where almost everyone loses.
Pretty much. And for some diseases, the odds are even worse. Think Alzheimer's. Between 2002 and 2012, almost every single Alzheimer's drug, we're talking 99.6%, failed in trials.
That's uh, pretty disheartening. So all these failures, they must contribute to the sky-high price tag of the drugs that actually do make it.
Right on. Those costs get passed on to patients, making healthcare less affordable. It's a vicious cycle.
So where do things get so stuck? What are the big roadblocks in traditional drug discovery?
Well, first, you got to find a good target. That means figuring out the exact molecule or pathway in the body that's messed up and needs fixing, and that alone can take years of research.
Years, just to find the right thing to aim at.
Yeah, it's a long process. Then comes finding a compound that actually works on that target. Traditional methods involve testing thousands of compounds one by one in the lab. It's like searching for a tiny speck of gold in a mountain of dirt.
Talk about tedious.
And even if you get lucky and find a promising compound, you still need to predict how it'll behave in the body. Will it be absorbed properly? Will it break down too quickly? Will it interact badly with other medications?
Right, because what happens in a petri dish doesn't always translate perfectly to a real person.
Exactly. It's a complex puzzle, and traditional methods are often slow, limited, and not always accurate.
So we've got this slow, expensive, and failure-prone system. But wait, haven't I been hearing buzz about AI being a game changer in drug discovery?
Oh, yeah, you're on the right track. AI is like this super-powered research assistant for scientists. It can analyze insane amounts of data and spot patterns that would take humans forever to find.
Okay, so instead of relying on guesswork and slow lab tests, AI can help us make smarter decisions right from the start.
Exactly. And it's not just about being faster. AI can uncover insights that would be completely missed by traditional methods.
This is sounding pretty revolutionary. But how does AI actually tackle these huge challenges?
Let's start with target identification. Imagine AI sifting through mountains of genetic data, protein structures, and information about disease pathways. It can pinpoint promising drug targets with much more accuracy and speed than traditional methods.
So it's like having a super smart detective on the case, pointing scientists in the right direction.
Precisely. AI helps eliminate the guesswork, making drug development much more efficient. And that's just the beginning. AI can also screen millions of potential drug compounds virtually in a computer, predicting their effectiveness and possible side effects before even stepping foot in a lab.
Wait, hold on. AI can predict how a drug will behave in the body before it's even tested on humans.
It's like a sneak peek into the future of medicine. AI models simulate how drugs interact within the body, providing crucial information about their absorption, distribution, how they're broken down, and even potential interactions with other medications.
That's incredible. It sounds like AI is revolutionizing clinical trials too, right? Those often take years and cost a fortune.
You bet. AI can help optimize clinical trials by selecting the most suitable patients and even predicting who's most likely to respond to a certain treatment.
It's like AI is playing matchmaker, ensuring that trials are faster, cheaper, and more likely to succeed.
That's a great way to put it. And remember, personalized medicine, we talked about that earlier. AI is a game changer there too. It can tailor treatments to each person's unique genetic profile, moving away from a one-size-fits-all approach to healthcare.
So instead of everyone getting the same drug for the same condition, AI can help doctors prescribe the most effective treatment for each patient.
You got it. It's like having a custom-made suit, but for your health. And the exciting part is that we at Kanerika are right in the thick of this AI revolution.
Let's bring this AI revolution to life a bit. What are some specific examples of where AI is making a real difference right now?
One of the coolest areas is cancer research. AI is being used all over the place, from helping with early diagnosis to actually developing personalized treatments.
Okay, so cancer, everyone knows how big of a challenge that is. But how is AI actually making a dent in such a complex disease?
One way is by supercharging early detection. AI algorithms can look at medical images like mammograms or CT scans and spot tiny abnormalities that even the best doctors might miss. It's like having a second set of eyes that are laser focused on finding any potential issues.
Wow, so AI is like this superpowered spotter helping doctors catch things early.
Exactly. And that's huge because the earlier you catch cancer, the better the chances of successful treatment. It can literally be life-saving.
What about personalized treatment? We talked about that before. How is AI being used to make sure each patient gets the most effective treatment?
So AI can analyze tons of data about a patient, their AIR genes, the characteristics of their tumor, even their lifestyle factors, and use that information to predict which therapies will work best for them.
So it's moving away from this one-size-fits-all approach to cancer treatment
Yeah.
and creating custom plans for each individual.
Exactly. It's like instead of just giving everyone the same medication, AI helps doctors figure out the right treatment at the right dose for each patient, and that's leading to better outcomes and fewer side effects.
It sounds like AI is taking personalized medicine to a whole new level.
It really is. And cancer isn't the only area where AI is making waves. What about Alzheimer's disease? We talked about how tough it is to develop effective treatments. Is AI offering any hope there?
Yeah, we mentioned that Alzheimer's drug trials have this really high failure rate.
Yeah, it's a really tough disease to crack. One of the biggest challenges is figuring out what to even target with a treatment. We still don't fully understand what causes Alzheimer's, so it's like trying to solve a puzzle without knowing what the picture is supposed to look like.
But AI is helping to piece together that puzzle, right?
That's exactly it. AI can analyze huge sets of data, genetic information, brain scans, clinical records, and use that to pinpoint potential biomarkers and targets for new therapies. It's basically giving researchers a new roadmap in the fight against Alzheimer's.
So not only is AI helping to find new targets, but it's also speeding up the testing of potential drugs.
Exactly. And remember how we talked about how long and expensive drug development usually is? AI is changing that too.
Okay, this is starting to feel like a broken record, AI to the rescue again.
Well, it's true. We're seeing AI being used to design more efficient clinical trials, predict how well a drug will work, and even find the patients who are most likely to benefit from a particular treatment.
I'm starting to see a pattern here. AI isn't just about one specific application. It's transforming the whole process of drug discovery from beginning to end.
You got it. AI is impacting everything: target identification, compound screening, clinical trials, personalized medicine. It's making the whole process faster, more efficient, and giving us a better shot at actually finding cures for diseases.
It's almost like AI is the ultimate research partner, working alongside scientists to make drug discovery smarter and more precise.
That's a great way to put it. And the craziest part is that we're just at the beginning of what AI can do for drug discovery. The possibilities are really mind-blowing.
It's incredible to think about what the future holds. We're talking about potentially curing diseases that were once thought to be incurable. It's like stepping into a new era of medicine.
And we at Kanerika are super excited to be a part of it.
It's really inspiring to hear about how we're using our AI expertise to make a real difference in the world. Can you give our listeners a sneak peek into what we're working on right now?
Well, we've got some super cool projects going on. We're using AI to tackle some of the biggest challenges in drug discovery. For example, we're building AI models that can actually predict how effective new cancer treatments will be before they even start clinical trials.
Wow, so that could potentially save years of research and get life-saving treatments to patients much faster.
That's the goal.
Mhm.
And that's just one example. We're also using AI to design personalized treatments for Alzheimer's, find new antibiotics to fight drug-resistant bacteria, and even develop new vaccines for emerging diseases.
It sounds like we're really pushing the limits of what's possible with AI in drug discovery.
We are. It's a really exciting time to be working in this field, and we're just getting started. AI has this incredible potential to change healthcare as we know it, and we're committed to being at the forefront of that change.
It's clear that AI is already making a huge impact on drug discovery, and it seems like the pace of innovation is only going to get faster from here.
You're right. But even with all the excitement, it's important to remember that AI is a tool, and like any tool, it needs to be used responsibly.
That's a great point. As we continue this deep dive, we need to think about the ethical considerations and potential challenges of AI in drug discovery.
Absolutely. We need to make sure that AI is used for good and that it benefits everyone.
So we've been talking about all this amazing potential of AI in drug discovery, but obviously it's not just like flipping a switch and bam, instant new cures.
Yeah, right. Putting AI into practice, especially in something as complex as drug development, it definitely takes careful planning and, well, a whole lot of know-how.
So let's talk about the nitty-gritty. What are some of the biggest challenges when it comes to actually implementing AI in drug discovery?
Data. Honestly, it all comes down to data. AI algorithms are like sponges. They soak up information from data to learn. And if that data is messed up, like it's incomplete or biased or just plain wrong, the AI is going to spit out garbage results.
So it's like trying to bake a cake with bad ingredients. No matter how good the recipe is, it's not going to end well.
Exactly. And in drug discovery, the stakes are way higher than a bad cake. We're talking about people's lives here. So data quality, it has to be top-notch. Accurate, representative, and definitely no bias sneaking in.
That sounds pretty daunting, especially when you consider how much data we're talking about in drug discovery. It's massive genes, clinical trials, patient records, scientific papers.
But a huge amount of information, and it's often scattered across different organizations and institutions. No single company or research group can do this alone. It takes teamwork.
So basically, we need the whole scientific community to get on board with sharing data openly and transparently.
You got it. But that means building trust, figuring out clear rules for how to manage data, and making sure everyone's privacy and security are protected. It's a big challenge, but it's crucial if we really want AI to reach its full potential.
And I imagine you need people with the right skills to actually work with all this data and AI. It's not like your average scientist can just suddenly become an AI expert.
Not quite. You need data scientists, AI engineers, people who understand bioinformatics, a whole team of specialists who can build, train, and actually make sense of those complex AI models. And we got to make sure we're training the next generation of scientists to be fluent in all things AI and data.
So this is more than just adopting a new technology. It's a whole shift in how we approach drug discovery, right?
Yeah.
A new way of thinking and working.
Totally. It's a cultural shift. We need to be open to new ways of doing things, encourage collaboration between different disciplines, and invest in training and education.
And that's where a company like Kanerika comes in, right?
Yeah.
We have the expertise to help businesses navigate these challenges.
That's exactly what we do. We've been working with AI and data science for years, and we really get the specific hurdles and opportunities in drug discovery. We help our clients build those robust data pipelines, develop sophisticated AI models, and implement solutions that are changing the game.
It's not just about making things a little bit better. We're talking about fundamentally changing how drugs are discovered and developed.
We are, and we do it with a focus on responsibility. AI needs to benefit everyone, and we're committed to using our expertise to make sure it's implemented safely, fairly, and for the good of all.
Well, it's clear that AI is already shaking things up in the world of drug discovery, and things are only going to get more exciting from here.
Absolutely. As we wrap up this deep dive, I want to encourage everyone listening to stay curious, keep learning, and be part of the conversation about AI and how it's shaping our world.
Thanks for joining us. We hope this deep dive into AI and drug discovery has sparked some ideas and given you a glimpse into the future of medicine. And who knows, maybe some of you listening will be the ones using AI to discover the next breakthrough cure.